Hello, everyone. Today's lecture is on practicing career professionalism. Our learning objectives are to integrate personal objectives with organizational goals, set and meet work priorities, and maintain professional growth and development. So let's try to define what is personality development first. So, personality development refers to how the organized patterns of behavior that make up each person's unique personality emerge over time. As an individual, you are able to develop yourself physically, socially, mentally, and so that is the whole of your personality. Many factors go into influencing personality, like genetics, environment, parenting, and societal variables. Therefore, since we live in a society and since we live in different environment and we have different parents and we have different genes, therefore our personality development is very important because it changes. So whether it's up to us whether we uh, develop ourselves for the good or we develop ourselves for the bad. So here are some tips on how to enhance our personality. First one is for you not to compare your life with other people. Well, because if we keep on doing this one, only become frustrated. There are always people who seem to have a better life than us. There are always some people who seem to have better looks than us, those who seem to have more success than us, those people who seem to have more money than us. See, if we keep on comparing ourselves, then we just die trying to pretend to be somebody else and not ourselves. Second one is don't have negative thoughts. Yes, because negative thoughts are like an illness. So these negative thoughts can give you stress. And even science proves that stress can kill, can create, is actually the main source of a lot of diseases nowadays. So if you keep on having negative thoughts, then you are just feeding all those bad cells in our body. Next, don't waste your energy on gossip. Some people, they turn into gossip for them to be become known or become acknowledged by other people. But it's actually the other way around because although you become well known, you become famous, then it's in a bad way. It's in a negative way. You are trying to sever relationships with other people or the relationships of different people. So it's not a good use of our energy. And the last one here is dream more while you are awake. Well, I once heard one person told me, do not aim for the cat, you aim for the tiger. See? Because it's free to dream. But what kind of dreams do you have? If you keep on dreaming on something small, then most of the time you'll just be doing little things because, anyway, your dream is small, according to this person. And I think it makes sense. If you dream big, then eventually if you put your commitment into it, then you would be able to achieve big also. Next one is on personal hygiene and practices. So we're going to start with how we smell. So body smells are caused by a number of factors working in combination, including we have here chemicals in sweat. So there are chemicals when we produce sweat, so including the pheromones, which are made by the body, and it can attract or repel other people. Next one, we have the wastes excreted through the skin, such as the metabolized alcohol. We also have the actions of bacteria that live on the skin and feed on dead skins and sweat. And unwashed clothes, such as underwear and socks. Of course, since we have chemicals in sweat that can cause odor or a foul smell, then if we do not wash this, our clothes or underwears or socks properly, then our bad smell will really be there. Okay. Next to odor is our hand washing. Hand washing is very important because, of course, especially nowadays during this pandemic, this is one thing that our government is trying to stress each time. Everywhere we go, there is always this hand washing, or you bring your sanitizer with you or alcohol. So when do we hand wash? So using or after or even before using the toilet, before making or eating food, after handling dogs or other animals. If you have been around someone who is coughing or has a cold, it's very important for us to keep on hand washing. Okay, personal hygiene for women is also very important. There are some instances in which we have to remember when we have our monthly period, for example, we still have to wash our body and our private parts the same way we do. And then we have to change sanitary napkins regularly, at least 4 to 5 times a day. And always wash your hands before and after handling a pad. Okay. Okay, and we also have here cystitis. It is an infection of the bladder. This is a common condition for women who are sexually active. So urinating after intercourse can help to flush out bacteria that may be in the urethra and the bladder. And we also have here thrush. Some soaps and detergents can irritate the skin and the private part. You have to remember that that part of the body is actually able to clean itself. So some people find that they often get thrush when they use antibiotics. So use mild soap and unperfumed toilet paper. Try cotton underwear and change regularly. There is a medical treatment for thrush, so you can talk to your doctor or the pharmacist. Next, we have the personal hygiene for men. So for especially for those men who are uncircumcised, so they have to do something like this: gently pull back the foreskin when they have the shower and clean with water. They can also use soap, but it's always advisable to use a mild soap, and then they have to rinse it off properly. Okay, we also have traveling hygiene, like especially with bottled waters. When we travel, it's always very important to bring or only drink sealed bottled waters, and don't use tap water to clean the when brushing the teeth. Okay, also, when you wash your hands, make sure you are totally dry before you touch any food. It's because the water can be contaminated there. Don't wash fruit or vegetables in unsafe water. And if you have no other water source, make sure the water is boiled before you drink it by holding it at the rolling boil for 1 minute there. So that's for travel hygiene. Water is very important when we travel. What about determining priorities in the workplace? Okay, so priorities have to be established based upon what is best going to meet your company's needs. At the end of the day, yourself is not the priority in the company, but the company's goals. That's why you joined in the company, because you believe that the goals of the company is the priority of the company. Properly determining priorities requires understanding the various tasks that need to be done. You have to understand the task and how they relate to your company's goals, and how they compare to other tasks that also appear important. Sometimes this is a part which is being neglected by workers in a company. But it's very important for you to know the task or the uh, relationship of the tasks for you to see the beauty of all those things that are being done. Okay, the decisions that are being made for the company. There is also what we call the ABC priorities, and the A is high priority, very important to get this done. So that's an A priority. The B priority is the medium priority. This should get done. And the C priority is the low priority. It would be nice if this could get done. So see, we you have to know what are the A priorities, what are the B priorities, and what are the C priorities. Then you always have to start with the A, then you go to the B, and as C says, it's nice if the low priorities are also done, even if nobody is asking. Okay. Next is the professional development. So, professional development helps build and maintain morale of staff members and is thought to attract higher quality staff to an organization. So, it is a process of improving and increasing capabilities of staff through access to education and training opportunities in the workplace. If you are in a workplace, it's very important for you to develop yourself professionally, and that is through education and through training opportunities. If there are none given in your company, then it's always nice to find outside. Okay, or what are those professional developments that I can do? It's not only for the company, but it's also for yourself. Then, of course, we have here professional growth in a career requires the continuous acquisition of knowledge and skills. And that is what I was saying a while back, that it would be through studies, through instruction, investigation, and practice. It is an ongoing process. Yes, you are a baker, for example, but then you only do not stop yourself from baking a tart, probably, or uh, a chiffon cake. You have to know more. You have to go beyond that. Same thing with all the other professions that you are in. According to Mark Twain, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sail, explore, dream, and discover. So while you are developing yourself and honing your skills for your company, you're also doing that for yourself. So that after 20 years, you will not be more disappointed, but at least you'd be able to say, I sailed away the safe harbor and I was able to explore, dream, and discover. Thank you so much, and see you again in the next video.